People who think that this is only going to affect Latino illegal immigrants, I would ask you guys this. Prove it. Prove that your parents were citizens of the United States when they ask you. How are you going to do that, right? They don't always keep great records on
Social Security cards, you dumbass. Birth certificates, you dumbass. Same things you need to get a license. Pandering, sellout, slobber. Trying to scare black people. What's happened to Latinos is going to happen to us too. You can't prove black Americans and black Americans because black Americans don't have IDs.
I happen to be able to trace at least a part of my lineage all the way back to a plantation that was freed when Sherman came marching through the...
Motherfucker, get it deported. You ain't got to prove your lineage. You just got to prove that you were born in America. You just got to prove your identity, Johnson. You don't have to prove your ADOS or FBA or none of that shit. All you got to prove is that you were born here. If people prove that by driver's license, social security number, birth certificates, all that shit. And if they still pick you up, you get a lawsuit. And that's called a come-up.
Most black people aren't that lucky. Most black people don't have that kind of record keeping in their family tree. So when the ICE agent, when the government agent comes into the maternity ward and says,
hey, why does this Oreo have a Shirley Hemphill pic? What's it trying to symbolize? Are you trying to virtual signal to the blacks that you down with us? Will you sit up here caping for everybody except us?
Some of the crazy, crazy stuff that's written makes me so sad because I've lived such an honorable life, and I'm not trying to make myself look like Miss Goody Two-Shoes.
Now we get to hear how the billionaire complains about how she's been treated. Everybody get out your violins, fam. All you broke Negroes, get out your violins. Everybody dig in your pockets. We need to give Oprah some money. Everybody needs to send her a gift basket. She's had such a hard life, being so amazing to everyone, and we didn't reciprocate her amazingness.
Crazy, crazy stuff that's written makes me so sad because I've lived such an honorable life, and I'm not trying to make myself look like Miss Goody Two-Shoes, but I really do, you know, one of the things that Maya Angelou had said to me years ago is that I am obedient to the call. So I've done like you all have done. I mean, I can honestly say that I have never done anything to consciously cause harm to another person. I can't think of one thing that I would have done in this life. And I feel that from y'all too, some good people in here. And so to hear people say things that are just crazy, like I'm a part of a cabal and there's a whole conspiracy with children, that stuff makes me sad.
Hey, hold on a second here, Johnson. Now, people saying that you did something like with kids or something. Yeah, that's disgusting. Nobody would want to hear that, but I probably would never talk about it. Like, I would want to give any focus on it. Unless I'm doing what you're doing, which is trying to get sympathy. Yeah, unless I was playing for sympathy, I probably wouldn't bring that shit up. Just give it more oxygen. Why? Why talk about the Looney Tunes? But I gotta ask you this. Who says you lived an honorable life? Isn't that what other people are supposed to say? Yeah, are people supposed to say that about you? That you? I mean, what are you doing? Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali got into the ring to prove he was the greatest. He was talking about being the greatest in boxing. He was talking about being the greatest athlete in his sport. And he put that to the test every time he got in the ring. Now you're saying you're the most honorable, like you're the greatest, you had the greatest life of doing what? Exactly. Now, you got lucky and you worked really hard at your thing. And you made a lot of money. That doesn't mean you're so great. She says she's so sad. Fam, does it have something to do with your personal life? Because external shit may or may not make you as happy as you might imagine. I mean, it's great to buy a nice dress, very expensive, go expensive places, but that be with people that really love you, that really have a close-knit family, that have the love of people that you trust, that love you beyond the money. That's on you. A lot of that's your picking skills. Haven't you been with this guy that you're not really married to for like 30 years, what was supposed to come of that? Isn't that kind of dumb? Where are the kids? Where's your husband? Where's your home? If you said it can't be anything material, right? So it's got to be your relationships. What? Just trying to figure it out. What's her friend's name? Gwen? What's her name? Gail? What's wrong? Gail not living up to everything you expected her to be? Is that what's wrong? That's the only relationship I've known. Your longest relationship is with Gail King. Sorry, it might not have everything you need. Also, she says she's never done anything consciously to cause harm. Let me think about that. Does that mean you never done anything unconsciously to cause harm? Or maybe you haven't done anything that caused harm that you know of? Or maybe that you never intended to cause harm. Now, you never said, I've never caused harm. You said, I've never caused harm on purpose. Yeah. There are people that have been in 4-car pileups where people died who didn't consciously do it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I remember a little rich kid, I covered this 8 years ago. Little rich white kid. They called it, I don't know, there was a word for it. It was like, he was so rich, he didn't understand how he could, have responsibility for his own actions. It's like Richutopia or something. Yeah, he was suffering from opulent mania. Yeah, he was so rich, he didn't know rules applied to him. And him and his friends got all drunk up, and they killed like 3 or 4 people. Driving a car and crashed it or something. Like, killed some people on the side of the road that were changing the tire. He didn't consciously do it, but he did it. So yeah, just because you didn't consciously do something. She's real careful with her words too. She says, I never done anything consciously to cause harm. Yeah. That's what I said a whole lot, Ope. Yeah, Ope. That's it. That's it. Ethan Couch, yeah. He caused a lot of pain. Wasn't conscious, but he did it. That's it. Jersey Hammer with the affluenza. That's it. Shout out to Jersey.
Opposition to your Senate run is about you being an outspoken black woman in a deep red state that went overwhelmingly for Trump last year.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the comments. We've seen the comments about, well, it's a black woman. And honestly, we've seen it from both sides. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Jasmine Crockett, we already know her. Why? Because she went after Trump. It was a great marketing play. This is why I thought she was smart. She took a chance to dance with the devil. It worked out. She got a lot of publicity. But that does not mean she gets to become a senator. It doesn't mean you become vice president. It doesn't mean you become president. It just means you got a lot of exposure. That's it. Hillary Clinton was married to a president. She got to do a lot of things. Things that most women never get to do. Things most people never get to do. How many Americans get to become senators or chiefs of state? Do you realize that? And what do we get for it? We get her complaining about not getting the top job that people decided not to give her. Fam, we got a problem. We got some entitled motherfuckers. Same thing with Kamala Harris. What is it? Why don't I hear men complain like this? Yeah, fam, there's got to be something to it. Why don't I hear men complaining about not getting the top job? Where's Al Gore? Where's Al Gore complaints? John McCain is dead. I love to hear what he had to say. I'm like, where's his complaints? Where's Mitt Romney complaining? I'm just saying, what about everybody that ran? When was the last time I heard of Andrew Yang, Ted Cruz, Chris Crispy? Where are they? Where's Tim Scott? Tim Scott ran for president. No one talks about it. Herschel Walker ran for Senate. He barely lost to Warnock. Where's he at? He dropped off the face of the earth. That's where he is. He went back to Looney Town. That guy ran for Senate. No one talks about him. I'm just saying, why is it only women that lose? And Kamala Harris became Attorney General of one of the most powerful states in the world. If it wasn't for Kamala Harris messing with Willie, we wouldn't know who she is, because she would have never won the first election.
People say to me sometimes, oh, you've found your voice. I never lost my voice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Maybe you weren't listening to it, but it wasn't lost.
Yeah.
Because she could not win the final slot, the top of the top of the top of the top. Suddenly, it's America's fault. All I'm saying, fam, there's a lot of guys. Jesse Jackson played a lot more dudes than Kamala Harris. When was the last time we heard Jesse Jackson complaining about not becoming president? He ran. Now, we get Roland Martin complaining that it was bots that stopped Kamala.
So what you're seeing are these constant and direct attacks from so-called progressives, because a lot of people are bots. Like earlier this week, there was some dude from New Zealand who was trashing Crockett. I was like, your ass ain't even American. I said, what do you know about the Texas Senate race? But see, what they're trying to do, and I need y'all to see what's going on. They're trying to target Crockett the way they did Vice President Kamala Harris.
I thought Kamala lost because she only had 100 days. Which one is it? I thought it was 100 days that held her back. But no, it's chauvinistic men. Well, why wasn't the book Chauvinistic Men? Why was it entitled 107 Days? See, they don't even know who they want to blame. They just want to blame anything except themselves. We have an entitlement problem. We have a lack of responsibility problem. These are some greedy assholes. Hillary Clinton is a rich-ass woman. Top 20 most powerful women in America in the last 100 years. Maybe top 10. And instead of being happy of having this life that will go down in history books, is one of the most formidable women in the world. She's still fucking complaining about Facebook.
And boosting Trump back in 2016. But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrence. Because
to this day, you assholes can't name me a single thing she ran on doing. We got problems. We really got problems in this country, fam. One of those problems, two of those problems, three of those problems are three women. An old white lady, a middle-aged Asian Indian lady, and a young old black woman. Good luck. Good luck, America. Anyway, my name is Sid Black. You've been watching the most dangerous show in America. It's dangerous for a reason. I tell you the truth exactly how I feel. I give you the news and I give you my bold commentary. And I'm telling you, fam, you ain't gonna find it everywhere. And if you're happy for that, if you appreciate that, if that's valuable to you, go to jointiblack.com. Join me. It's Christmas time. Join me. Treat yourself. Give yourself a gift.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America. Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.